about marketing for a second. I get asked a lot, how do you know if your marketing's working? And especially if you're just starting out. I don't want to put $100 out into space and not know if it's not going to work. So obviously there's some free methods of marketing. You can use Facebook and your Craigslist and things like that to get your word out there, because that's the most important part. But when and if, or I should say if and when you choose to do some paid marketing, tracking it may seem like an antiquated way, but using just a simple Excel spreadsheet and tracking how much of whatever you're putting out, you put out into the world and what comes back. So let's simplify that for a second. Let's say I put 100 pieces of mail out into the world. You're going to want to track now as your phone calls and text messages come back, or however you wish people to get back in touch with you. You want to track that on an Excel spreadsheet. So I had 100 go out and I had 5 phone calls come in. Now from there, you can use that number and start backtracking all your numbers down to a contract. So 100 pieces out, 5 calls in, maybe get an appointment out of that, maybe you get a contract out of that, maybe you don't. But now on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, or however often you're putting your mail pieces out, you now get a good idea of what your response rate is. And that's how you figure out your response rate. And then you can take that response rate and figure out what your conversion rate is based on your response and the total number of pieces you're putting out. So, and that tracking method can be used across all platforms. You can use it if you're doing Facebook advertising, Google advertising, just track your money out versus your money back in again. And that's the probably the most simple way I can explain that without going on an hour-and-a-half tangent about marketing, because there's plenty of in-depth, really in-depth ways to track that, but there's such a simple way, especially when you're starting out. Don't overthink it. Just track what you have going out versus back in, and you'll be golden.